My name is Andrew Gabriel. I've been working on the campus for 4 months now. I wanted to work with the maintenance department, but I wasn't able to because I'm not working here for a very long time. I have a short period of time going to work, so I was asked to work with the facility for the meantime.
My name is Officer Oviawe John Ikponwosa.
And your role?
I'm a security personnel at Pan Atlantic University.
How long have you worked on campus?
For 3 years.
And why are you working here?
To help in protecting life and properties in Pan Atlantic University.
My name is Happiness Samuel. I have been working with PA for 4 years now. Okay, so why I'm working in this line of work, initially I never had a passion for anything catering or services, but as time went on, I just found interest in the job. I find it very interesting.
Before the first lecture begins, before the campus truly wakes up, there are people who arrive quietly and begin to work in the silence. They work for hours and hours, preparing the institution for a day's work. As students arrive, these workers fade into the background, essential yet unseen.
In the morning, before students arrive, what thoughts usually go through your mind as you start your shift?
Every morning actually it's not easy because there are lots of work we are going to do just to meet up with time and other things. Then what's in our mind is what's next, what are we doing next, how are we going to meet up with time.
What role do students misunderstand the most, and how does that affect your work?
Does it really affect my work? I would say no, because each day I come here prepared to go about my day's activities. So whatever challenge that comes, I take it. So, but on the part of the students, is the dress code enforcement. It's quite a deal.
So when a conflict happens, what goes through your mind before you intervene?
So when conflict happens, the end of the whole situation is what comes on my mind at first. So because in tackling the situation, you have to be very careful. Choose your words carefully, and then first of all hear from if it's the person's concerned. That way it will help you. It will help in settling the conflict.
Everything about the rush hour is stressful. You get to organize the people, trying to speed up your service. You're having pressure at the back, How do you manage when students are impatient? Okay, for me, the impatient students, I just try to calm them down and increase my speed of service. And as for the rude ones, I don't reply rudely to them. I just try to maintain professionalism, and if it gets out of hand, I report them to the Student Affairs Council.
What part of your job drains you the most, physically or emotionally?
When we go for roadworks. For roadworks, the sun burns our skin, so it drains us physically. Our skins are burned, then we tired and all that.
Have you had any near misses or injuries on duty, and how were they handled?
Injuries, no. Near miss, I call it a near miss though, because I was faced with armed men. Armed men in front of the gate, and they can be quite difficult, and they actually wanted to force their way into the university. But you don't just open for anybody. So I had to calm the situation down, getting information from my superior. I know that the situation was solved, but it was a near miss where they were cracking guns and all of that. So.
Physical strain, I would say We stand for close to 8 hours every day. It affects our legs. It breaks us down actually, and also the people inside, the kitchen guys. It also affects their health. In the sense that the heat from the kitchen most times is too much.
The students do make our work harder in terms of stepping on where we've cleaned that's not dry.
Have you ever helped a student in a way that wasn't part of your job description?
Okay, I've not helped the students actually. I've not stayed in campus for a very long time, so I haven't get along with most of the students. I'm new here, so but with time I'm going to, or I will try.
Okay. Can you describe the times you had to act quickly to help or protect the students?
Act quickly. Okay, yes, so about 4 students wanted to leave the campus around 11 p.m. in the night. They were scared. It was quite dark outside the university gate. I remember telling them to come walk behind me with a torch. As we were walking along the road, let's say, unfortunately, someone just came towards us, but with the torch, instead of walking towards us, he crossed the road. So there's a part where if I had probably not followed them, he would have attacked the students. So I remember having my hands at the back, like probably holding a gun with my torch. So the individual from a distance crossed the road instead of walking towards us. So he probably saw that, okay, this person holding the torch could be like, it's also a threat to me, it could be security personnel. So he crossed the other side. And then I stood with the students until they boarded the bus. They were heading towards the locker, and then I went back to.
Have you guided students who were lost, depressed, or in danger?
Lost, no. And then depressed, I remember a student going home. She was on the call and she was crying. And she was about to board a bus home. I remember stopping her and then making her understand that nobody deserves to make you cry.
What we see here is the reality. Across institutions everywhere, the people who clean, who protect, and who serve are often the first to be overlooked and the last to be defended. Delayed pay, unsafe conditions, verbal abuse, sometimes even physical harm. When these realities are ignored for too long, silence turns into resistance. When these workers are ignored, institutions that once ran smoothly begin to fracture, and entire systems are strained. When dignity is denied, systems do not collapse quietly, they collapse visibly.
How do you think your work affects the day-to-day life of students and staff?
So it's part of my discipline to protect the lives of and properties of people in Paralag University. So I'm happy where everybody goes to the complex happy and then they go home happy and then without any incidents.
So what do you do with your free time? To really have a free time, okay, if I'm not serving, I'm sorting out things inside to prepare for tomorrow. But always prepping. My free time at home is, I would say, my me time. I get to put myself together, and I also study. I go to school.
What part of your job gives you the most pride and why?
When I'm given a task, when I'm given a task and I finish the task, it gives me pride because it helps everyone and it makes life easier for both students and the faculties working on campus.
What keeps you coming back to
I plan studying mechanical engineering. Yes, because I want to be a Navy in the future.
What's the most touching thing a student has ever said or done?
Oh, I remember that day she met my colleague at the academic complex and said, "How are you doing, sir?" I said, "Fine." She said, if it's okay if she share a word of God with us. She did, and she prayed for us. It really went a long way.
When you leave the gate at night, what do you reflect on?
Reflect on my what have I done today? How have I affected the life of someone?
Every time, yes. We break down. Well, I think the passion for the job now and the fact that you just have to be there. And I also study. I go to school. I'm running a part-time program. Yes, that's what I do. Okay, why I'm not doing that as full-time is because I don't really have the funds to cover a full-time, so I still want to work and pay my bills.
I would like to thank all the non-academic staff for what they do for the school. They ensure the environments are clean and that we are safe and healthy and following the proper code. They ensure the ecosystem of the school, if you would say. A big thank you to them.
Thank you to the non-academic staff for everything that you do.
Thank you to all non-academic staff for all the work that you do.
Thank you to all the non-academic staff for all the work that you do.